And to my girl Chica J. Big up to the Burn Team family.
Hi, this is Sonali.
And this is Lee.
And you're watching Burn Team.
Hey, it's your girl Kyla. And you're watching Real Talk Live.
You can hear just saying hi. You're watching Real Talk Live.
This is Candy Barbara, and you're watching Real Talk Extra.
This is Amelia here. Send out love to Burn Team, and you are watching Real Talk Live.
Hi everyone, my name is Kahea and you're watching Real Talk Live.
Hey, this is Abby from England and you're watching Real Talk Live.
Yes. Good night, good evening to everyone on the inside. It's Friday, and
It's
is
Friday.
either you're happy or let's say, are you gay tonight? Oh, so that's the topic tonight. That is the topic of the hour. People jumping in, right? You will say what will take place if your partner reveals that they are attracted to the same sex. And before, I don't know if it's now or later, Lion might have to say, right? Maybe later. We will do this later. Right? So, honey, I am gay.
Wow.
Abby, you're with somebody. They decide here what it's time to come out the closet. Hi, good evening, Cyril. Good evening, Felicia. Felicia, I know you're married. And your husband come out and say, hey, Felicia, hear what? I like man too, What you going to do? What are you going to do? Have you ever end up in that situation where a man, somebody, having a relationship with, and they come out and say, girl, I attracted to men too. That ever happened to you?
Kinda, but not really. When I
Kinda.
first,
Give us the
when I
kinda.
first came here,
Mhm.
you're young and
Yeah,
naive.
yeah. Look trouble now.
I
Who's
saw this
who?
guy.
This company's idea.
I went to know myself.
Who come
I
up
saw
with
this
this?
guy. My mom was in a carnival band, making costumes and stuff. And this
Right,
band
right.
have dancers and stuff, and he was a
Nice.
dancer.
Mhm.
And I
And
mean,
say it.
could hold his waist something like a real Trini, So of course,
Yeah.
Right.
you're watching. And it's only after a while he invited me out with the gang, and the place where we went, I was a bit surprised.
Nice. What was the place you went?
I can't remember the name of the club, but it was a gay club.
Oh, so this is a guy,
Yeah.
right? And he carried you to a very interesting shindig.
Yes, but not me alone. He invited me with the group,
Right, right.
Right.
And I
Nice.
said, going out, all right, playing it cool.
Mhm.
I might make my move depending.
According to the vibration.
Yes. So when we
Right.
got there, I found the environment was a bit weird.
There's a different vibration, Abby. If a young lady takes me to something like that, I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know. And yeah, and while everyone was having fun partying, my guy hooked up with the next guy and he was not ashamed of his behavior. And I was shocked.
So was this a date or like a group outing?
No, it was a group thing. It wasn't a date. But I said that I would make my move because I really,
You like what
I
you
really
see?
had a crush on him.
Abby, were you interested in the rotation of the waist? Let's come clean with this. Cause here you talk about the waist. You want the gyration. So you wanted
When
a
a
taste
guy
of the
could
gyration.
whine, let me tell you something. When a guy could whine, he's good.
When
You
a guy could
understand?
buy, she can't hear these things, eh?
Well,
This
I'm
some of the
hearing.
guys topic, eh?
Yeah,
Mm.
that guy can move his waist, then you know he's good.
Mhm.
So I
So if
was
you're now joining us, Abby just gave us a very interesting story that I will be asking more questions. And in the comment section, people, if the significant other drop this bomb on you and saying, I like the same sex as you, place in the comment section what is your next move or what would you what would be your rebuttal? Chica,
What will
what
you
is your
do?
rebuttal? Talk to me.
Yeah, well, my question will be, how long did you realize that you were attracted to the same sex? That is one. Did you force yourself to be in a relationship with me? That's two. Because some persons, they want to follow the social norm and they get married, or they may not get married, but they may live with a woman and have children, but really and truly deep within their hearts, they want a relationship with a man.
yeah.
You understand? And for me, now, it's one thing for the man to come out, but how the woman going and feel? I mean, that is like, I really don't know. I don't even know how to comprehend, how to process that information. I mean, it happens to a lot of women, right? Now, it have men who they may not be gay, but they might be cross dressers. You know what I mean? And some women they might be okay. All right, I could handle that, right? The men who have this feminine side of them, they feel more feminine, so they may want to put on heels. They want to put on a nice leggings or whatever. They're dressing like a female. And it have women who may be okay with that. But when it comes to being, in a man's case, maybe a bisexual or a man who has sex, well, men who have sex with men, then what? And I going to ask, have you have sex with a man before? I mean, it comes with, did you protect yourself? It have so many things, questions that will be running through my head. Really, a lot. I mean, like, there will be a lot of questions. A lot
Oh
of questions.
yes, it will be.
Abby, what you feel like you need to divorce the man if it is you married? What you going to do?
I would have to, because if there's kids involved, knowing
Mm-hmm.
the way how I was brought up, I wouldn't want that for my kids.
Right.
At least our culture, how I brought up in the culture, I wouldn't want that for my
Yeah.
kids. I would want them to be
Yeah.
comfortable around that, environment. So I would
Mm-hmm.
definitely leave. That's just me.
And
Definitely.
seeing that, I mean, gay marriages are being legalized in some states, right? Has it been legalized in England at all? Or no?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So see, I mean, like right now when you're looking at all these TV shows, it's like almost on every show now, it's becoming the
It's
norm. Like, they're making it that people will be aware. So,
it's not, no.
So Abby, you're divorcing the man after the man is a good man, boy.
No, I don't
Yeah,
care.
so this goes back to our previous discussion last week on the
hmm.
questions I would ask. You see? Because when we doing this risk assessment, Abby, we tend to leave out the
The
sexual
sexual
orientation of
orientation.
our supposed, that kind of thing. And then we find out, most of the times we find out kind of late in the game, most of the times, because, I had a friend that, her boyfriend came out and it was weird. I don't know how to deal with such things. But, and he was okay with her allowing another guy in the bedroom. So now so again, think about that. Now we have ladies that like that kind of connotation. And now it was like she was like, okay,
Let's have fun.
you know, right? So as you
Abby's, I don't know.
it's Real Talk Live, and really, this is interesting. Abby,
Yeah.
now we saying what would you do if the person comes out, but we didn't really say they're acting on it, you know. So let's just say we having this discussion, and the person says, "Look, I have this tendency, but I want to be with you, and I'm not really acting on it, but I'm being open and honest because you know the ladies like open and honesty, so they say, right? So let's say we have an open discussion. Let me hear it going. Let me hear it going. Big up yourself, man.
Yeah, hi, Kate.
Place in the comment section, Kate, if the significant other says, I am gay, what are you going to do? What are you going to say? And here's
So Sonali saying, first thing out of my mouth is heavy sarcasm. Then I would ask, are you gay? Like you know it's a dick you want, or are you a swing?
Yeah, I mean, it's fair. It's fair because, all right, look, you know we're not living in a traditional world anymore. And these
we're
are
not.
new things happening. I mean, it's sounding funny to us because maybe we are Caribbean.
It's not funny to me.
Yeah. So we were raised, that's Abby saying that. You know, we were raised that way.
But
Most
I
of
am
the Caribbean, we were raised under the religious connotation when coming to relationships. So it would either be Hindu, Christian. So we would have always attached that to religious vibration. It always came hand in hand, right? The Adam and Eve, you know, that kind of thing. So that's what we were brought up on. But that is not this world.
Yeah, it's
you know, and if someone is saying to you, Abby, if you know, this is what I have been met, right? But if you not okay with that, I could live with that. Chica, let me hear what it is. Place in the comment section, people. Let me get the thing going.
Men, what will you do? We need the men as well to answer.
What would I do? See again. That would mean that the young lady would be bisexual. So I have had relationships with bisexual people.
That means the man bisexual as well. Are you okay with being with a?
No, but that's for a lady to answer. But we're talking about you say the men. So I have.
Yeah, you. So what you're saying is you're okay with?
To me, it's interesting with females because when they were with their female counterpart, it was like a real relationship. You know, every time we hear something like this, we just kind of lead to vice now. So like bedroom thing, you know. But with my experience is that they actually had a wholesome.
Yeah, and I mean the same thing goes for men as well. They will have wholesome relationships.
I can only speak from if you was with a guy who, you know, and you could speak
but
from
you wouldn't but you wouldn't even be around in the environment to even get what is happening. But
when I remember I have LGBT friends, QIA. So
but on the female side.
Yeah, I'm talking about I've had relations with bisexual, and I have friends who are straight lesbian. That means they could lie with me like a guy. It's like they're like a real guy. Little more again, I wouldn't know it's a girl. How they dress, how they talk, they mean everything, right? The only thing I used to poke fun for, you know, I always poke fun. Right? So I would always poke fun and say, Jed, if you're so not on men, why you dress up like one?
It's weird, isn't it? Yeah.
You know, to me, no, I'm not judging, but I poke it fun because I'm a friend. I could get away with that because I accustomed poking fun at them and still be cool, right? So I would say, like, why not have like a male in the relationship? If it is a lesbian relationship, why can't it just be two females and normal?
Someone have to be dominant.
Yeah, but if you're not attracted to the male aura, then why the other female dressing, talking, acting, behaving like me? Then you all should just be two women happily. I just used to job them about that, but they have their own code and right?
And then the thing about it is some women, they have like masculine tendencies.
No,
So
but I tell you, what
yeah.
that they're moving like man, them the heat. I telling you wouldn't know the difference. You had to watch them. It's like they go all out, they strap down the breast, everything. It's like why you go to the extreme like that? I thought about real extreme, you know, chica. You're strapping down your chest, something, you know. Them the strap
Yeah.
it down, right?
They have
So
them here.
yeah. So it's not like if it's two women and you all have a relation. It's like you're pretending to be a man. And I used to poke, for example, soldier. And they like nothing better, you know. You feel like, yeah, you see, like,
Hmm.
like the mistaken identities.
Yeah.
But place in the comment section, people. So, Chica, what you doing? What is you will do? Straight up. Like, what you will do?
But I go have real questions to ask, eh?
All right, question
I
number one.
mean,
Take it, Chica.
yeah, but I don't see what asking already. I asking how long you know this? Because I mean, it have some men, they may say that they have known this since they were a teen. But because of society, and they didn't want to, come out and be shunned and discriminated against, they went ahead, they got married, and they literally forced themselves to be attracted to a woman. And for me, I think that is not okay. I don't think that's okay. Because you know how much, I mean, it is one thing, yes, maybe you might enjoy having the family, and then of course you might have the men who bisexual. So they may have their wives, they may have their woman, but they're just attracted to men as well. Right? And sometimes some persons, they just might be attracted, but it doesn't mean to say that they're actually having a sexual relationship. And then we know it have some people fluid. It doesn't matter. They just might be attracted to the person, look, the smell, the whatever. It may not be anything really sexual in nature, right? So it has so many dynamics. So this whole thing is not no cut and dry. Cut copy is a whole lot of things that encompasses the gayness when it comes to the LGBTQIA community. So I mean, it's a lot. So how is it taking that? And I know of someone, the man, he was going to church, very pleasant, when I tell you pleasant man, family man. And you know what? It had like a love triangle and then the
A
man,
long
would have,
triangle.
yeah, a love
So
triangle.
that's a long triangle.
It was if it is woman and they call it love triangle, it's a love
Long to say.
triangle. I mean,
Sure.
it was a shocker, you know what I mean? It was a shocker. I don't think I'll ever forget it. I don't think I'll ever, may his soul rest in peace. I really wouldn't forget it. Right? So Sonali saying then it would have those who are truly confused, never understand, what this attraction was. It have women who might be attracted, might find a woman attractive, but they may not act on it like Lion might say. Somebody might, they realize, they have attraction towards the same sex, but they may not act towards it. They will take it out of their minds quickly, and then it have those who really, no matter, but it's just because it's just trying to live up to society's standards, which we know it's changing now, right? And of course, it still have a lot of people who would not believe in it. It will take years upon years for it to be
risk assessment though. I hear
normal.
you. I mean, we for that. That when they're young, we ain't have much to wait.
Exactly.
Nobody have some persons.
Listen to me. So that is why the question number 4, I had three questions I had last week that I asked. So question number 4. So on your place in the comment section, how you're going to find out with doing a risk assessment with a sit down with a person who is interested in you? How are you going to ask this question? How you asking it? How you asking it in a way
I
that
wouldn't even think about asking, because if he's sitting with me, then why would I have that in my mind to ask?
Because we
Well,
now do
it's a real, it's a real thing. Abby. People, as Lion said, people don't ask that, and then later down in life they realize, wait
Exactly.
now, you did not ask the right questions.
Mhm.
You really didn't ask it. So when people say, "Oh, you're surprised," because they see it may not have any signs. They might be straight, like how men could really look at other women, and sometimes the women don't even know that they're looking. They might be looking at the man the same way, and you wouldn't even know.
Exactly, because they're hiding.
Yeah, they might have one like Lion during the day have one. He shades all the time. You know, what he looking, right? So I just saying it. You don't know. You don't know if it is the man because he's not showing anything. He mightn't say anything to the next man or try to make a pass in your
Mhm.
sight. So you just will never know.
Well, yes, you can.
Nice.
So what is
Unless you ask and you have to pay very close attention.
No. I mean controversial whole week. That's it last week.
Wizard, nah. How you tell without asking, coming out right?
Mhm.
All right, so it's nice thing because I had a classmate who was a bit tomboyish. She didn't know how to feel towards women. It wasn't until after school she came out and is now a stud with a full-on girlfriend.
Papa Yoshi hot. She might be just watching you when you see that.
In my school it had lesbians, they were out there like normal
Women tend to
to
give
be out
women
there.
sexual compliments in a joke form. This is what I realized when we do behavioral, when we study human behavior, is that we make jokes, but the jokes them serious. So certain lady might see Chica and say, "Oh, good, you have Babsy looking nice."
Yeah, we make joke like that, but I don't mean
Yeah. So you see, one,
What's up, Abby said? I didn't hear what Abby said there.
right?
I do
Listen,
stuff like that, but I
mhm.
mean, I
You
wasn't
understand to me?
looking at it that way. It
You
was a
understand to
joke.
me? You understand? How many times you made that joke with that one person? You did
Nah.
not much, right?
Mm-mm.
Not much. Exactly.
Just that
So
one.
right.
Just that one.
All right. So let's
Just
say somebody is going now. If think about it as a guy now. You read this already?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So think about it as a guy. Now if I now say, what girl happy boy? That body looking nice.
a
Oh,
man to a girl, then that's fine.
right. Because every time I see you, me being a man, I paying you a compliment, but I'm paying you a compliment to a body part.
Right.
No, it's different to say, Abby, you look nice today. You look stunning today, or you look joyful today. Human behavior, we make jokes when we want to kind of get it in without you really thinking we get it in.
Okay.
But a guy would say, oh, that girl sexy boy. Because we pin that tone to the compliment.
Right.
It's a leading compliment. So you're leading into a compliment. That's what it is. Now, if every other day or every month somebody talking about your rear end at least 3 times for the month and had to tell you it over and over, they have tendency. Because if you know why all your women wouldn't think about it like that, because you all kind of have this kind of girly scenario. But look at it this way: you and me lining, and every time I see your brother, God boy, James boy, shoulders and them broad boy.
Now that sound a bit weird.
Right? No, because and automatically you'll get mad. All right, lad. I say it once, but next month I come over. Abby, how your brother going? I see him. You alright? Right? And then when I finally see him 2 months after in a family guy, they invite me and it's a family thing. And well, I'm strong, man.
No, Lion, no.
You understand, man? No, I want you
Yeah,
to
I
understand. When we pay compliments, and that is a sexual tonnage, we tend to do it in a joke form, not to offend, but I am giving you the energy. You understand what I'm saying? It's a plenty. So you didn't see my bottom last month, but it is the month before. So if somebody is constant and it's only a bottom I'm talking about, I'm not saying, I like the hairstyle, I like your top, I like your shoes, I like your You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I like how this dress fits you.
I
Oh, it
like how
look
the
nice on you. Yeah.
every time I have to pay you a compliment, it's a body part that is have a sexual tone. I have certain tendencies, but I am not just coming out and say it. Because if a guy did it, automatically it would have strike a nerve in your brain. But
Yeah.
ladies do this 100 times more than men
Yes.
on the street, and women kind of brush it off. But why would a woman constantly be looking at your rear end or your breast? And that's all the compliment he has to pay to you. If it's a good friend, Abby, I
True
like the hairstyle.
experience.
I like the makeup. Where you get a lipstick? We wear that shoes, girl. It would always have a different connotation to the compliment if it's a decent compliment. You catch it?
Well, I mean, I do stuff like that, but I am definitely not leaning towards that side.
Yeah, you do stuff like that.
I didn't even slap them girl and them ass as well, so.
What I'm saying, tell me the truth, Abby. Have you ever...
What is that, Abby? You squeeze?
No,
Yeah,
not squeeze. A slap. A
so
slap.
listen what I'm saying.
Abby, you have some tendencies.
Yes, you have some tendencies. You have some tendencies. You can think about this. You feel like I'm in the gym and I slapping man Bamsi. Is that what
that's not a man thing to do, though.
Oh, that is a woman thing. That is same sexual.
Exactly.
It's not, but it's different.
Abby,
no, how is it different?
If a woman touches another woman inappropriately in a private area, that is sexual harassment. But because you see, that's my point. You're doing it playful.
No, it's a different.
It's a playful. But if
think about it, you're saying, again, this person I slapped was Kemi.
If I come playful, I'll slap
you're paying the girl business. What if Kemi didn't want her business out there like that?
No. What I'm saying is, I haven't seen Kemi in years. Kemi was a
Abby,
right?
Abby,
right.
And after years, seeing Kemi put on some weight in the good places. So I'm like, man, look at Kemi, and I just see how fat she ass is, and I slap it.
Abby, there's a tendency. You're not gonna act upon it, but it's a behavioral tendency. Another behavioral tendency is the
so now this asking, don't they do that among sport teams?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't play basketball since I was the age of 13. I play under 15 basketball, under 19. I play Super 10 basketball. I play championship basketball, and I never slap nobody on the bottom.
Well, you take it towel and
no.
Bang them with it.
We used to be in the showers and stuff. No. I them white boy and them. I don't know what she talking about. I played since I was 15. My first basketball game was at the age of 15. I play all the way up the championship division. Huh?
Yeah, basketballers does do it.
Yeah, basketballers do it, but we don't do it. Basketballers have blanket statement. We don't do it. Them boy them in the States just do it. But we don't do it. That's not known. You just slap a man, you can get in a fight on the court with the same
I get that.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is the other scenario is the type of pornography the person enjoys. So it is a nice thing, you know. Hey, what kind of porn into?
First, do you look at porn? That's the first question.
Yes, all of them do. Once it is, they eat something long time. Fellas, let me tell you something. I ain't talking where I see the guy. Now, it doesn't mean that he's going to act upon it. But at least you have an idea that you have certain tendencies brewing and you know what to look out for. So you might be just hit in shock. Yeah? Chica, you're still interested. So you're walking away. So the guy has been not honest. Place in the comment section. The guy has been honest. He ain't act on it, but he's just sharing. You know, a little more man to share. That's why man is lying, you know.
No, but if it says no, if it, that's why it said that's why we have the questions that, you know, did you act upon it, you know? Well, how do you plan to move forward? That would be my question. Are you, you know, do you want to actually have sex with a man? I mean, those are some, if it is he didn't act upon it as yet, I will ask. Is that what you would like to do?
But asking that question on a first date, like the
No, it
first,
wouldn't be the first. I mean, it wouldn't be the first, exactly the first
yeah,
date,
yeah,
but it will
exactly.
definitely be a question if it is you're like heading towards marriage or whatever,
Right.
or he decide, okay, maybe we are ready for the next step, as they say, which is to
Okay.
have sex,
Right.
right? And you decide, okay, no problem, and then after you might realize that have certain things you enjoy in the bed or whatever, and then you might ask, hey, so what else again you like? Are you attracted to the same sex as well? As Lion said, what porn you like to what, that kind of thing. You may ask it then before you get
Okay.
even more serious. You don't wait till 5 years into marriage, 10 years down the road. Because I mean, this is the time when some people now find out,
Yeah.
right? They now find out though, as soon as they get married. Boom, you find out like, but what is this? How I didn't realize this all the time. So you have to
But
find out before you take all those other steps.
right. Fair enough. But wouldn't asking the question to a man who seems to be interested in you and want to find out where to go from here, wouldn't it be a bit insulting to ask a guy that?
I guess not. If it is you want to ask a man what fetishes he has, it's kind of like basically the
Right.
same thing, in a sense.
Abi, here, let me ask you a hypothetical question. So, Dion, with that to this, so you all started to do the big people business, right? You're doing the big people business. All the women, please in the comment section. You're doing the big people business. You say, Abi, I mind if you shop on it. Oh, you need a minute.
I mean, so
Right. So
if
you
it
see, look,
is, if it is, yeah. So
look,
if it
our
is the
people
man,
understand, our understands them. Remember, some person's stimuli is different. And it's like this. I had a guy in my junior sec, and in them days, that is taboo for real. So, he got himself involved with our older guy that was the road he was going on. I don't know why people like to tell me the business. So he came and he say, my boy, I think I want to ask you a question. And it was like he's saying he not gay. No, he don't know how to explain himself. So he's saying, it's not like it's not like I like men to have a relationship or even the sexual connotation, but it's the stimuli because the prostate stimuli, right? So I am telling them, I say, well, go buy a girlfriend and tell her. Now, this is me in Form 3, right? I say, go to your girlfriend and let her buy something to stimulate that area. Because you see, again, because we don't talk about things. You know what I mean? And people thinking that the gay, when it's just maybe the stimuli. So you see how we go on taboo and I tell you, boy, Abby, the man come and say put on because in our mind, or women mind, or whoever mind, one time we lead to the girl. You understand what I'm saying? It's not that we had
yeah.
an adult conversation. We didn't have adult. You see, we dealing people and we never had no kind of adult con, and then you work
Wait.
serious relationship. The young guy is the
I would like to say
stimuli, is not the I like the man and I want to have a relationship with men and you know what I mean? It was
Yeah, and that
just
is why it have men who have sex with men. The stimuli, they may not
because
get it
it's
from
just
the woman.
stimuli. So I told
Yeah.
him, then go tell Shanakwa.
Shana, why ain't go like that, eh?
not Chanakwa.
No, Abby, listen,
And
listen,
I would
listen.
tell
Let me
Yeah.
people.
get this thing good. Let me get this thing serious on. These adult time, right?
But
Right.
Lion,
Uh-huh.
isn't the space between, the little space the man have between, isn't that a stimuli? I think
Yes, yes it is. Yes it is. You've been playing around. Yeah, you've been playing naughty.
no,
Right?
I think you have
You
been
have
through a
been playing
class.
around. You have been doing things. Right? We go get it there. Right? What I'm
Yeah.
saying is that it have some guys that it is very pleasurable, the stimuli. You know who knows this? A lot of sex workers. Right? Well, they know why I live in. Right? I mean, know where I live in, but everybody know where I live in. Right? And this is extremely interesting to me because some of these sex workers are there, they talk, they even tell their wife. Question is, do you like this? Is that no? Well, you see, it's not about me. I'm talking about. Remember, I kind of a madman, right? I go just some days I go be wild, some days, right? You don't understand me if you like it, I business. But what I'm saying, if a gentleman really likes this as a stimuli, and he has somebody who's serious, it's only a woman who you seriously going to tell, listen, you ain't going to tell Janet and the time your business reach wrong, the block you are homosexual, right? Right? Is that it have certain stimuli. People, some ladies like a certain kind of lick in certain parts. Nobody don't judge them, right? Some nobody don't judge them, but time a man have a weird scenario. But it have a lot of guys like that stimuli. Let me tell you, you see when it's time to go and get a prostate exam, the guys who like that stimuli is the ones that make most of the trouble. Although it have other ways now. But the other, like the guys who doesn't, I don't make it a scene. It's because here's what in the man mind he thinking if he like it, he gay. Or if he like it, he's a homosexual. No, it's once you touch that prostate, it have a stimuli. For whatever weird reason. You understand what I'm saying? And it feels a kind of way. So even when you feeling that this thing must feel good, boy, who you wanna tell that? Yeah, if you understand what I'm saying. Because the ladies are not open and I would say not mature.
Yes, and Ali just letting you know it's not you she was directing the question to. But if it is
So,
she end up in that situation, that's what she will ask.
yeah. But they have no question to ask. It's like asking a lady, you like me to kiss you? If she say yes, it's yes, right? You have a good discussion, but it will have a deep discussion when you tell a woman something like that. You see how Abby face skin about 22 times already? Right?
No, I don't like to be chatting. You see the chatting
Yeah.
when we
Yeah, but
in business. I don't like that.
Abby, remember you want to get to know the whole person.
He's
Or you
supposed
just
to
want to get the
figure
person,
out.
you want to get the person on your terms, right? You just
Don't
want
be
them
asking us
wherever
that
close
question.
you want. But
Right.
if you want the whole person, you should want at least here. You might like it. It has some girls who like to do certain favors. I'm not doing that, right? But at least, and plenty guys have that issue, and they will think that. So that is why some relationships like that, the guy doesn't end up being depressed and has have a lot of mental issues sometimes in some of these
Yeah.
because he under the impression that because he like the stimuli, he now has to live a particular lifestyle. It's sad, And then when you check their life, they ain't happy. It's being gay, but you're not happy because the statistics showing that suicides is very prominent against male gay person. They're unhappy. They're giving you a persona, but they're not happy because you are under the impression that the stimuli require a lifestyle when it's just a stimuli, right? Let the woman do the thing. So, Chica,
But you
Well,
do the
based on my experience, right? The little that I had, right? I would have interacted with some persons who are gay, and some of them will literally say that they are actually attracted to the same sex, and they know this. They don't want to have any relationship with a woman in that manner. But if it is just the stimuli that the guy wants, I mean, it's possible it could help give him that stimuli that he wants because it's not about you alone enjoying the sexual pleasures, he must be able to enjoy it as well. Yeah. So he may not see the need to, get out there and put himself more at risk or anything like that for any sexually transmitted infections. But if that's what it is you want, that's what it is you do, well then do it. Because I know it have some girls who say they're not doing oral, It has some girls not doing it. It even has some guys who say they're not doing it for their women either. I mean, some people are like, why not? So, I mean, it's a matter of choice, it's a matter of feeling comfortable. And I think if it is, and you have to trust the person as well enough to be open and to, really come out and share what it is you enjoy, what it is you maybe not so comfortable with as yet. Because sometimes, if it is you don't have, some persons have more experiences than others, and it'd be okay for one person, but for the person who is not so experienced, it may take them a while to get into the, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, when I think about it, there are times where, like Ryan say, times when you want to be bad and naughty, and other times it's normal.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Probably. But
Probably.
Probably. It all depends, I guess. Like you say, trust.
Yeah. Yes, it definitely has to do with a lot of trust. And I mean, if it is the person was, felt comfortable enough to share with you, this is what they like, and that they don't really necessarily want to have sex with a man, well then, see how you can go for it. Yeah, see how you can go for it. If it is, they say, all right, no problem. Oh, you're saying us, because I mean, like last week on Ladies Night, we talk about horn. We didn't talk about if the man with an ex-man and that is horn too. We ain't touch with that, you know what I mean? It's still horn, Yeah, horn, just with a he was just with an ex-man. I mean, we really did focus on him being with other women and all these different things, but we didn't take into consideration that men actually have sex with men, and that is horn. You get horn there. And I think that one, a woman can't really handle. That one. They will say, all right, go and take all the woman they want, but that one is a no-no.
Yeah, I tell you, a woman taking horn from all the women in the world. But you see, with that echo, that you get horn from a man,
it does something to you, though. It does something to you. My cousin did that.
What's that?
Your cousin had that experience?
That is female ego, I would say. That is a female.
Yeah, he had a family and everything, and just out of the blue. I mean, I kind of think about what she thought. She was always have a grum face on, probably knowing that he'd leave me for a man, boy.
That's right.
I mean, that one real different, It's one thing for the man to with an ex-woman, but to see to with a man.
Why well different? Why?
Nah. It will feel different. Here's why, right? Because women thinking their competition is women, right? Basically.
Not in this world.
Right? They're thinking that their competition is women, but no. When it is here on social media, you see, your competition is man and woman.
Yeah,
you're right.
Yep.
Right?
You're right.
It's man and woman, because when there's some of them men step out in this wherever it is,
they step it out hotter than
women. Yeah, and everything. And you know what I find? This is what I find. I find for whatever, I do not know how it happened, but men actually have nicer eyebrows than women. Women will have to go and shape it out and all kind of things. But the men,
you wanna know why?
Why
you would have nice eyebrows. Because we leave it alone.
Okay.
It had nothing to do with that.
Hey, no, but I see some women they didn't do nothing with the eyebrow, they didn't touch it, and it's all kind of bullshit.
A particular age, always interfering. A guy didn't. It was allowed to grow bushy and thick, and when he decided to mark it, looking full, because he never do nothing with it, he leave it alone.
But I talk about them who even marking it. That's some don't even need to mark.
Look
at lion eyebrow.
Yeah, guys.
Yes, that's
I
it.
feel a thing today.
You know,
Yeah,
somebody
yeah.
barbers, isn't it?
So now
Somebody
he's saying
barbers.
eyelashes. I tell eyelashes. Because we don't do that thing with it. We don't put you see, we don't put the thing on it. So it
The
grows.
mascara and all the different.
A man might have nicer eyelashes, thicker, because we don't never have to put anything on it. When you guys put this stuff on it, you actually put pressure on the root of where the hair is. So it is just grow up long and all. Oh,
And
but a
then
guy didn't do it.
clubs it. Yeah. It
It
clubs
plugs, yeah, it's toxic. You're adding a toxic chemical to it. So obviously we will have it like, oh, we ain't doing nothing with it.
Yeah, but I
But
thankfully
what
I
people
didn't
don't
touch my eyebrow.
understand
I'm
is
not
that
gonna.
in the human organism, every
Yeah.
human starts off as female. That is what we don't understand. So a guy, all he has to do is alter his estrogen levels in the hormonal construct of things, and he will begin to even look sexier than some
Yeah.
of the women. Let me tell you why they look
And
sexy. The reason why they end up looking sexier is because they had more muscle tone from before. So when they change the hormone balance, the bouncy curve, the leg firm, the shoulders, because they were male before. And the how to put it, the advantage the male has that all of us started off as female first, just like lizards. But it was right. Every one of us was female before.
yeah. And the other thing, when I realize when person's doing like a change, it is easier to create a female
Obviously.
part than a male part because the male have all kind of coil and this and that and the other.
Remember, all it didn't advance into
Yeah.
male, you all stayed at female. But we advanced into male, so we could regress and look
Yeah.
and feel and tone. You will still have, and we will have some of our masculinity in us. But the way the body does look,
Yeah.
when we play with the hormones, we become.
The only thing I could tell is that the shoulders is only the shoulders is different.
Three heads in the shoulder. So 3 heads that could fit. And then that is why you would see some of them, they'll wear the hair like this to make the shoulder look narrower. So all the guys who going into those pubs, Abby says pubs, yeah? All those
Let
pubs.
the guy, let them show the hair.
Them try to do this. And they look it also, it makes the shoulder look less wide. And then they look for this.
Hey, some of them know how to get, some of them know how, yeah. But some of them, they are getting rid of it, eh? Yeah, they're getting rid of all that, eh? Oh,
I mean,
so it's really this.
You see that Adam's apple, you pay money for that. You can get you that surgeon.
I say,
Most of
checking the
them
head.
would take the hormones and then they would cover up and mask. And if they want to keep the thing, they put it up that way. And if they want to just cut it off, that's how it is going. Yeah. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's tell me about the ladies like that. Abby, how the ladies
Right,
like
so,
that?
yeah, so Abby wants to know why women have to bend backwards to keep man.
Because it feels
So
nice.
that's the topic.
With Abby.
That's the topic for tomorrow. So everybody, ladies, come on. Do you think you need to bend backwards?
Bend backward, forward, upside
or forward,
down.
sideways?
No,
Why?
only
And when you
because
continue.
yeah, only because they have options. And if they could pick and choose whenever they feel like it, then why bother? Yeah.
All right. So Sonali's saying, firstly, I was born with hardly any brows. Yeah, you can see it's a natural, very thin, eyebrows. And second, my lashes grow and curls back into themselves and tangles. Oh. If you watch closely, they crisscross into each other. That's why I brush it out and constantly pull on them. It hurts when it go back into my lid.
I'm from your Chinese heritage, girl. I'm from your grandfather. I'm from your grandfather and them. Like things you can't get away from. Some of the things in the genes we can't run from, eh? We would like to, but we can't.
Especially them bushy eyebrows.
Yeah,
some people can't get away from that. Yeah, because even long lashes, that's why some persons have very long, straight lashes. Like dollies, and that is genetic.
Yeah, can't get away from that. That's why they're buying these things that is blow you away when them girls blink.
Snuffleupagus.
They
I
go
was-
Snuffleupagus,
I
some
used to
and
say
some of them like think like
Well,
how
it
is
was
this
just
saying? Like how? Like I'm not going to put myself through that. Sorry.
well, they tell me that all the ladies who just use eyelashes, all the lids don't hurt like heavy down. Like how all of this feel comfortable with this thing batting on your face, lashing, it literally lashing now. It was named eyelash, but it's lashing for real.
I wore some for my birthday, and
How
yeah,
you feel? How does it feel on your eyes though? Like on your lids? How
for
does it
me,
feel?
for someone who don't wear it, it
Mm-hmm.
felt weird.
Yeah,
You
because
know,
you're blinking and it's
I,
like,
I mean, it wasn't that long, I think, but it
I mean,
felt like a
yeah,
shadow over my eyes. So
Yes,
yeah,
Kate, yes, we know that. Your lashes are long.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, so you know what goes so well then look out for this ladies' night thing. I will see the bacchanal. I see the bacchanal with
Yes,
the
and while we answered people, lunches, breakfast is back prepared by Sonali. Right, so for the ones are the pancakes,
but
some
Abby
of the
can't get it from
food
there.
and stuff.
I
Yeah,
know, right?
it is there.
Ah, it looks
That is
so
for
Abby
people who
good.
can get it.
and
And of
the
course, in
flavor for the pancakes is moko grown by yours truly. So I grow the moko myself.
What was that? What was that?
It's a moko plantain.
Moko
And you know
plantain.
plantain? And you know
But it's
plantains?
The plantain, yeah.
Yeah,
right, so
yes.
it's moko pancakes.
Yeah. That's the flavor. Like a banana pancake.
Plantain flavor. Okay.
Sonali is saying you mean only the female jardines. The males have bushy brows and thick long lashes.
And they're short and they're ignorant. Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's what the thing said. Yeah,
Yeah.
so
So Lion, as you said, yours truly. So, right,
yours
Lion
truly.
normally does. Yeah, no, as I said, yours truly. I said I will leave it for the end.
Oh yeah.
So normally Lion, he does that section, but today I will like to extend, condolences. Everyone from the Blim team to extend condolences to Lion and his family, on the passing of his dad.
Yeah. Yeah, so daddy has gone to be with our fathers this day. So, as I said in the previous slides before, Abby, when Sonali mommy passed, that sometimes in life we must be there for one another because sometimes you all might have to be there for that. Maybe I know what I was saying, Chica. Maybe it was something I know. Maybe it was something in the prophetic orientation for me to say that in our life, but interestingly,
Condolences, Lion. Oh
yeah.
my
I
goodness.
cannot deal with loss differently. Because
Yeah,
so
he
that they like,
does.
oh, you come, so on you,
Yeah.
so on you know what I mean? And it's still just because I believe that when people pass on, that is the time. Even though you might find it's not the time. And if I were to shower them in sorrow, it would not do justice to their memory. And I think that is the issue with our upbringing in the Caribbean and that kind of Pentecostal background is that it is a time for mourning where our original religion, Abby, our religion or ancestral scenario is that we celebrate.
Yeah.
Because you know what I remembered? What was real hot on Facebook is them dancing guys who just carry the coffin.
Yeah.
Because our background is really celebration because that is where scripture come from. Joy comes in morning. The joy didn't come because the sunrise. Is that now the person has transcended this flesh, no pain, no stress, no headache, no right? And they are now at a place where these rubbish. Look at this word, Abby. Look at this world we're in.
And it has some cultures who actually cry when they're given birth.
Yes,
So, because they know they're coming into a world that is so.
So I do accept. I have been prepared myself. Chika, as I said before, Chika knows. I have prepared
himself.
I have prepared myself for my mother's death, and I have prepared myself for my father's death. And I was more prepared for his death because we went through some medical issues before in the past I've shared it already. I don't know. I was waiting on the call by Dr. Right? So, again, I will not, I think that is our issue in this frame is that we tend to, the past and the person not any pain anymore. There are no machines on them. There are nobody coming and injecting them and testing the blood every minute. It's like they're free, you know? So for me to shower my father's energy with sorrow is to say, well, all right, I wanted you back on the bed halfway between this one and the next and the testing and they don't know what to do. And yeah, that's what I'm saying, Abby. Yeah, that's how I'm saying. What kind of existence is that? If I is to wish it, and I would be selfish to wish that. I would be selfish to wish that just to have you here, just to say a little,
Yeah.
to say, so and leave you in that state. Yeah? Oh Lord. Yes, Keith.
Wow.
Today, so the news was today past at 1 o'clock today. I'm like, nah, boy, you make from concrete. Somebody tell me I make from concrete. You know? Yeah.
Wow.
Somebody say nah, boy. My mother know it's like, yeah, you need. It's like, yeah, you know? Because I would have rather you be free than to every minute you're on this bed and everybody's sobbing over here and doctor ain't know what to do and they're testing for things that ain't supposed to test for. And you're between this world and the next, and you know what I mean? Abby, would you want that for any of your parents? Shika, would you want that? And I would
No,
say,
I don't ever, I don't.
yeah,
I
would
don't like
say,
to see nobody suffering.
It's
right?
It's best
hard.
so.
So smile because my father just like I'm wild and he will run in a week and have a week rolling. So maybe that is my function. You know what I mean? So it's your boy, Shika. I mean,
See you tomorrow for ladies' night
I
and
will be there
Sunday for.
running for ladies' night. I ain't going to no corner and ball. I think so. I should have a half a day. Think what you think. If you don't should have half a day.
Nah, you ain't gonna do that for nobody to see.
Exactly.
Right? So, yeah. Big up specs.
Good.